Remarkable Mrs Cox by Euan Rose. Emily Cox in conversation with her late husband Lenny during the coronavirus lockdown.
Part 13. The Return of Tinkerbell.
Oh, Lenny, would you believe it? I'll be 102 on Friday. Can't believe it myself, really. I'm the oldest in our block here by a good 10 years. Mrs Jenkins is the next in line at 93, and to be honest, her rarely comes outside on account of her serious arthritis. She's got a humped back, poor love. Must be dreadful, but her always manages a smile from her back door. Straight out onto the communal patio it goes, and she's got a little table and 2 chairs just a social distance from the house. But I've never seen her use it. We're blessed with an early summer, which does take everyone's mind off the pop a bit. And I'm thinking, how could something so horrible be lurking in the shadows when the sun is a golden globe in a clear blue sky? Not my words. It's what Valeria said yesterday. As a real way with words her does. Mind you, I wasn't keen on what I said about my up-and-coming birthday. That'll mean you're 102 times more vulnerable than a youngster, Emily. Well, that's a cheerful thought, and no mistake, I says. And that was still playing on my mind when Tinkerbell rings. Hello?
Mrs Cox?
Who's asking?
Yeah, Tristan Harris, Bromsgrove Standard.
Oh, I remember you. I called you something else last time you rang. Now, what was it?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Maybe. Maybe not. What can I do for you, Mr Editor? And I do like your paper, by the way.
I see you coming up to your 102nd birthday. That would make you Bromsgrove's oldest resident. How are you feeling?
Eldest trout in the pond, I suppose.
I'd say the wisest, Mrs Cox.
Would you? Charm the birds off the trees, you could, chap.
Not at all. Not many people reach your age, and you sound as sharp as a needle.
Have to be, with all these ne'er-do-wells on the rampage.
You mean the rebels?
Not so much them. Some, yes. The troublemakers. But more those that are yee-hawing about at all-night raves. Others that are turning our beaches into cesspits. They take advantage of a situation to cause bother. Folk should behave themselves, that's what I say.
Can't argue with that, Mrs Cox. COVID-idiots, the tabloids say, or I couldn't possibly comment.
Best if you don't argue with me at all, young Tinkerbell.
That's what you called me last time. Please, call me Tristan.
Since you asked nicely, I'll try. Just having a bit of banter with you, Christian.
Tristan.
That's it. Speaking of which, I have an idea I'd like to run by you, as I think your disciples might be interested in.
Disciples?
Well, readers then. Now, you know that bit of land next to Waitrose, back of the High Street?
Yes, of course. Where the old market was.
That's it. Never seen it myself. Only been in Bromsgrove a couple of years. I'll as a Brummie afore that. Felt a bit of a traitor, but happy I did it now. Brum's full on yuppie flats and wine bars now, any Roward. Apart from the Anchor in Digbeth, of course.
I've been there. Camera Pub of the Year 4 times. You certainly know your watering holes, Mrs Cox. Brum's loss is Bromsgrove's gain.
Thank you, Tristan. Much appreciated. Though I don't want you to think I am or ever was a toper.
See? You can say my name when you want to.
I know, but it's so much more fun to pretend I can't. My late Lenny said I could be a right wind-up merchant when I want.
What's a toper, by the way?
It's what we called the drunken wenches back in the Bullring Market days. Them ladies as were on mother's ruin for breakfast. That's the gin to you.
Better not ask any more about that. You were saying, Mrs Cox.
Oh, I was. Not that I've seen it since this lock-up malarkey started, but I see the pictures in your paper, and quite frankly, it makes me sick to read all the broken promises. Gonna be a cinema, then it ain't, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, It certainly rumbled on.
As I say, I never seen it. But I googled it, as me nephew Spanus says. Used to sell cows and hens and all sorts. Should never pull markets down. Same thing happened in Brum. No good ever come from tearing markets down without a plan. Destroys communities. Usually means someone somewhere doing it for the penny, not for the good of their own fellow man.
Sounds like you have an idea.
Ah, I was thinking, in this lockup, people have been growing loads of veg and stuff like in the war.
My daughter Chloe has her own vegetable patch.
Good for her. She your only one?
No, 2 girls, Chloe and Callie.
2 girls. Nice. Well, any road, why call that space become a market for own produce like it was back in the 50s? It'd be a nice place to congregate and pontificate, if you ask me.
Keeping social distance, of course.
Course. Very social all round. Umgrun peas, carrots, broccoli, potatoes, the lot.
And eggs, maybe.
Ah, eggs and all. Tell you what, Mr. Editor, why do you come round on Friday when it's me actual birthday and have a bit of Flo's drizzle as she's making by way of a celebration? We'll be in the back garden with Valeria. Come and humour us old biddies and we'll tell you some tales. Flo was a folk dancer, see, and Valeria, well, her's got a yarn or two to tell us could make even your hair curl.
Well, I did ring you up to wish you happy birthday, Mrs Cox. I suppose I could do it in person. Socially distanced, of course.
Course. And you can call me Emily, Tristan.
No, I wouldn't be so presumptuous. You're the Remarkable Mrs Cox. I'll see you Friday afternoon.
So, Lenny, Tristan Alice, Bromsgrove's favourite son, is coming to me birthday tea on Friday. I'll be priming the girls to play him up a bit. Well, Flo won't do much, except to get a plug in about her chug of the month. But Val, her'll be up for a bit of a crack. Watch this space, mate. Off to bed. Night, Lenny. Love you, mate.
The Remarkable Mrs Cox radio show was a Euan Rose Reviews production, starring Pat Dixon-Dale as Emily Cox. Tristan Harris was played by himself, original music by Adrian Kimberlin, and the programme was produced by Phil Brown.